bust through the crazy month. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
What's going on, y'all? I'm Wesley from Aconnectiontv, the network, and I am here to adopt this similar connection despite our differences with Teen Wolf. Season 75 is finally started, and I am ecstatic. We are reintroduced to Styles, Allison, Scott, Isaac, and the whole crew, Lydia included. And if you haven't been watching Teen Wolf, I advise you to start watching it. You can start from season 1 and work your way all the way up. That's what I did last year. I started from season 1 and worked my way all the way up to the current season. At that particular time, I think it was season 3. I think we're now in season 4. I could be wrong, probably 4 or 5. They've been running for 4 years, so I'm gonna say 4. And I'm ecstatic because the last season was pretty dark and pretty good. But the opening scene for this particular episode was by far the best opening I've seen for any kind of show whatsoever, because it left me like caught off guard and like drained emotionally, because the acting from this dude was off the hook. Styles is in a dream, and as the episode starts, you hear him saying like, no, like, no, you know, in a dream or whatever. I know, acting, right? I know, I got it, I got it. And then he wakes up, but he's buried. Not buried, but he's he's imprisoned in a locker. He's banging on the locker, trying to get out the locker. He gets out the locker, makes it to a classroom that's demolished by old tree branches and debris, and just windows busted open and everything. He looks at a desk. He puts his hand to the desk, and then he gets grabbed by trees. Then he wakes up, and he wakes up next to Lydia. Now, he has had the biggest crush on Lydia this whole show. They finally, you know, shared that last season a little bit. But Lydia's waking up in the bed next to Styles. Styles is like, wait a minute, Lydia, what are you doing in my bed? Then all of a sudden, the room door opens. He goes to the room door, and Lydia's like, no, don't go to the door, no, don't go to the door. She's screaming and shit. He goes through the goddamn door, and he's brought into this field surrounded by like orange, like arena lights. Then he wakes up, and then he's sitting there. Well, not sitting there, he's walking with Scott now at this point, right? And this is where our vibes with Teen Wolf. Follow me on this. This is where our vibes with Teen Wolf, because they go to explain what happens to you when you're sleeping and when you're dreaming, and why your body goes to some kind of hypnosis, paralyzed state, where your mind is alive but your body is paralyzed. And the reason why your body is paralyzed is because you don't want to end up walking off somebody's bridge or walking in front of traffic. That's why your mind tells you, nope, we're resting right now, but we're going to let you marinate in this dream, in this vision that is of life. All of the imagery, all of the subconscious, all of the memories that you've held in your mind is going to allow you to escape. You know, that part of your brain that's the most powerful that we hardly ever use. You get that in your dream, but you're paralyzed and you can't move. And he goes to explain how when in a dream you wake up, but your body doesn't move because your mind is still caught in that dream, and your body wants to make sure that you're safe, so it doesn't allow you to move until you completely wake up out of consciousness. I'm just like, oh my God, he's explaining this shit like he's putting it into words I could never be able to explain it, because there would be times I'm sitting there having a bad dream and I'm trying to lift up, but I can't lift my head up, and it's like I'll be going through some shit like with my dreams. So when they was talking about this, I was vibing with this whole freaking episode, and we didn't get to commercial break till like 12 minutes after the damn first scene, and it was hot. But when Styles goes to sit in the room talking to Scott, and he's like, you know, even now I feel like I'm in a dream, and then he just wakes up and he starts screaming. That whole scene with him acting and the father running in and grabbing his son, and he's like, you know, screaming and shit. That shit had me shook. That scene had me shook. It's some good acting on Teen Wolf. You wouldn't think by the title, but it's some good acting on Teen Wolf. So the premise behind this episode is that everybody's caught up in these dramatic, nightmarish dreams, or nightmares, or visions, I should say. And sometimes they're sleepwalking, sometimes they're actually asleep, but they see these visions, and the characters, Allison, Scott, and Stiles, cannot control these dark visions. Last season they basically died, and then were brought back to life, and the veterinarian told them, yes, the vet, the black vet, told them that there would be consequences for them doing that because they were trying to save their parents. Long story short, this whole episode was really, really good. And it left us wondering, who the hell is this Asian chick and why is she in the cast? Like, out of nowhere, she sees Scott listening in on their conversation. Now she's intrigued. She goes to the history class that Scott goes to, or that they go to, and she just eavesdrops on their conversation about Bardo. And then she just comes in okay with explaining all of this to them because she's just excited that other people go through what she indulges in. I don't know, that was just weird to me, and I'm like, why? You know, and the whole storyline with Stiles' father trying to save his job because Scott's father is trying to get Stiles' father terminated because Stiles' father is not solving any of the murder crimes or any of the violent acts that are occurring in town. So, you know, the father is trying to reconnect the dots with some old murders now that he knows about Stiles and about Scott and about Lydia and all about werewolves and stuff. He's trying to put some pieces together to resolve some freaking murders that happened 8 years ago so he won't lose his job. I'm thinking to myself, that kind of storyline is kind of far-fetched because I'm like, really? Really? Come to find out, okay, that the werewolf that murdered the family was the daughter. Ain't that about some of another? That was hot. I really want to know what's going on with Derek being captured and the old Omega, the old Alpha being captured and tortured and hung up and electrocuted to the fence. That was weird, right? That was weird. Who do you think have them captured? Like, I really want to know who has them captured. You know what I'm saying? And then, what are the three of them going to do to close the door in their mind? That's what I want to know. And I'm going to ask y'all, have you ever been able to read anything in your dreams? Because when he said that, I'm like, okay, I'm sure that I've read something in my dreams before. It's like now when I go to sleep, I'm going to want to know if I can read in my dreams. Have you ever been able to read in your dreams? That's my question to you. Do you think that Allison and Isaac should be together? I'm over Allison and Isaac being together. I really don't understand. Well, I kind of understand why Scott and Allison broke up. But why did Allison go to Isaac? I don't get that. That makes no sense. And it really aggravates me when friends or supposed buddies go ahead and sleep with their buddy's ex. Like, that's some corny shit. I don't get that. I don't understand that. Teen Wolf is a great show. You need to get into the show. I think it's only going to get dramatic, even more dramatic. I like the fact that the parents know about the kids because now they're not brain dead. And I really felt like this was retarded how the kids always kept lying to the parents. I like that they know. So it leaves room for a lot more to happen in the season, or in the show, I should say, period. I'm Wesley from Aconnectiontv. I just wanted to touch up a little bit on the Teen Wolf. I don't want to give you a long, drawn-out review of Teen Wolf, but I definitely want y'all to like this video. Leave comments if you watch Teen Wolf like I do. What do you think is going to happen in the next episode? Let me know, okay? Subscribe to Aconnectiontv. I'm here for y'all like y'all are here for me. I really do appreciate it. Visit Aconnectiontv online and go to the shop section on AconnectionTVOnline.com and buy some Aconnectiontv apparel. I love y'all so much. Deuces.